Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Sanjay Mattu with the news at 9. The headlines. Delhi court issues death warrants for hanging of 4 convicts in Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case on 22nd of January in Tihar jail. Home Minister Amit Shah says Narendra Modi-led government provided transparent and corruption-free governance in last 6 years. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman asserts centre has taken several steps for traders and is working to further simplify the goods and services tax. Jawaharlal Nehru University Vice Chancellor urges students to return to the campus, terms the violence on the premises as unfortunate. And in cricket, Sri Lanka sets a target of 143 runs for India in second T20 international at Indore. A Delhi court today issued death warrants for the hanging of the 4 convicts in the 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case on the 22nd of this month at 7 a.m. in Tihar jail. The order was pronounced by Additional Sessions Judge Satish Kumar Arora. The 4 death row convicts are Mukesh, Vinay Sharma, Akshay Singh and Pawan Gupta. Our correspondent reports that the victim, who came to be called Nirbhaya or the Fearless One, was raped and brutally assaulted in a moving bus in December 2012.
The 23-year-old paramedic student was brutally assaulted on a moving bus in South Delhi on 16 December 2012. She died on 29 December at Mount Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore. The incident was widely condemned both in India and abroad. One of the 6 accused in the case, Ram Singh, committed suicide in Tihar jail. A juvenile who was among the accused was convicted by Juvenile Justice Board and was released from a reformation home after serving a 3-year term. The rest of the accused went on trial in a fast-track court and were found guilty and sentenced to death. The Supreme Court in its 2017 verdict had upheld the capital punishment awarded to them by the Delhi High Court and the trial court in the case. With Anand Kumar, Anupam Mish, AR News, Delhi.
Nirbhaya's mother, who had petitioned for the death warrant, said she has waited 7 years for justice. She said this judgment will reinforce people's faith in the judiciary. She said her daughter will get justice and daughters of the country will get justice.
इस फांसी से देश के महिलाओं का कानून पर विश्वास जगेगा, आस्था जुड़ेगी और सबको.
Welcoming the verdict, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said justice has been delivered to Nirbhaya. In a tweet, he said the Delhi court's verdict will empower women and strengthen people's faith in the judiciary. BJP President and Union Home Minister Amit Shah today said that the Narendra Modi-led government at the centre has provided transparent and corruption-free governance in the last 6 years. He said there's no charge of corruption against the present dispensation. Mr. Shah was speaking at a book release function in New Delhi today. On the occasion, the Home Minister released a book titled Karma Yodha Granth, based on the life of Mr. Modi and the work done by him as the Prime Minister. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Shah said that the NDA government has brought a lot of reforms in various sectors, including agriculture, healthcare and industry. He said the Narendra Modi government has abolished the politics of appeasement, casteism and politics of dynasty through the politics of performance. He said these were the 3 diseases which weakened the politics of the country from 1967 to 2014. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the centre has taken several steps for traders and is working to simplify the Goods and Services Tax or GST further. She was addressing the National Traders Convention of the Confederation of All India Traders in New Delhi today. A meeting of state and central government officers was held today under the chairmanship of the Revenue Secretary to simplify GST norms. Ms. Sitharaman said the government has also sought suggestions from traders on the indirect tax. The centre has launched a computer-generated Documentation Identification Number or DIN system, which provides for a transparent and recorded communication between the tax department and taxpayers. The minister said the system will ensure greater accountability and transparency in tax administration.
कोई टैक्स अधिकारी आपके सामने आकर के उनके मनमर्जी कागज दे नहीं सकते. नोटिस का मतलब सेंट्रल कंप्यूटर में रजिस्टर होना है और उसमें जो विवरण है उसी के अनुसार ही उनके कार्यवाही चलना चाहिए. सिंप्लीफिकेशन के ऊपर, टैक्स हरासमेंट के ऊपर हर दिन लगातार कुछ न कुछ कदम उठाते आ रहे हैं जो सजेशन के नाम पर आती है.
The government has asked states to lift the imported onions which they had demanded from the centre. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, Food and Consumer Affairs Minister Vilas Paswan said states had demanded over 33,000 tons of imported onions. He said more than 12,000 tons of onions have already arrived in different ports. Mr. Paswan said some states have withdrawn their demand, but the ministry has written a letter to these states to lift the demanded onions. He said the government will provide the imported onions at a rate of 49 to 58 rupees a kilogram. As part of the BJP's public awareness campaign on the Citizenship Amendment Act, or CAA, Senior Party Leader and Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar today apprised the people about the law at Madrasi camp in Moti Bagh in the national capital. Addressing the people, Mr. Javadekar said that CAA is for providing citizenship to the refugees and not for depriving any person of citizenship. He said some people are deliberately creating misconceptions and spreading rumours in society regarding CAA. Mr. Javadekar said 130 crore people of the country are welcoming the law because it does not affect any citizen born in India. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website newsonair.com. Jawaharlal Nehru University Vice Chancellor M. Jagdish Kumar has urged all students to come back to the campus. He said the university campus is a secure place. Briefing the media in New Delhi today, Mr. Kumar termed the violence at JNU on Sunday as unfortunate and said his heart goes out to all injured students.
Campus is a secure place. We should not be misled or become fearful because of some isolated incident. Let us make a new beginning. Let us put all the past, whatever has happened, behind.
The Vice-Chancellor also alleged that some of the students who opposed the registration process damaged the registration room and attacked him on the 14th of last month. Earlier in the day, the Delhi police said the situation in JNU is under control and the police is interacting with the students to maintain peace. Meanwhile, the President of the Republican Party of India and Union Minister Ramdas Athavale has demanded strict action against those responsible for violence in JNU. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, Mr. Athavale said the matter should be thoroughly investigated. He also urged students to maintain peace in the campus. Delhi Chief Electoral Officer Ranbir Singh today said that Booth app will be used in 11 assembly constituencies in the national capital during the assembly polls next month. He said in these constituencies, photo voter slips will be issued and after scanning the QR code at the polling booth, a voter will be able to cast his or her vote. Addressing the media, Mr. Singh said there are around 1.47 crore voters in Delhi for these elections, out of which male voters are over 80,55,000, while the number of women voters is over 66,000. He said as many as 13,750 polling stations will be set up, which will be located at 2,689 locations. The polling for the 70-member Delhi Assembly will be held on February 8. The counting of votes will take place on February 11. The Madras High Court has rejected the plea filed by Karti Chidambaram, MP and son of senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram, and his wife to free them from a tax evasion case. The Income Tax Department filed a case in 2015 for alleged non-disclosure of their real income accrued in a sale of property near Chennai. Refusing to allow the plea, the court permitted the framing of charges against the two and posted the hearing for the 21st of this month. President Ramnath Kovind laid the foundation stone of Lakshadweep's first super speciality hospital at Kavaratti today. The President, who's on a 2-day visit to the Union Territory, assured special focus for the development of Lakshadweep. Mr. Kovind reached Lakshadweep this morning. Curtains came down on the 107th edition of the Indian Science Congress in Bengaluru on the 5th and last day today. Delivering his valedictory address, the Vice President called upon scientists to focus on agriculture and bring a smile on the faces of farmers. He asked them to find a sustainable solution to problems plaguing the agriculture sector. The Indian economy is estimated to grow at 5% in 2019-20 as against 6.8% in the previous fiscal. According to the first advanced estimates of national income released by the National Statistical Office or NSO today, the decline has been mainly on account of deceleration in the manufacturing sector growth, which is expected to come down to 2% in 2019-20 from 6.2% in the year-ago fiscal. Indian bourses today staged a recovery after 2 sessions of losses following somewhat calmer global markets, as no further escalation in US-Iran tensions soothed investor nerves. A report.
At the closing bell, the BSE benchmark Sensex was 193 points, or 0.47% higher at 40,869. Likewise, the broader Nifty closed 60 points, or 0.50% up at 12,053. The rupee appreciated by 11 paise to close at 71 rupees and 82 paise against US dollar. Gold prices fell by 420 rupees to 41,210 rupees per 10 grams in the national capital. Silver prices also plummeted by 830 rupees to 48,600 rupees per kilogram. And Brent crude prices were trading beyond $68.40 per barrel in intraday trade. Arjun Chaudhary for EIN News.
On to international news. In Sri Lanka, the Tamil National Alliance, or TNA, today urged President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to take steps to fully settle the Tamil national issue and continue with the process initiated by the former government to draft a new constitution. Speaking in Parliament today, TNA MP M.A. Sumanthiran said the assurance given to India on at least 3 occasions was to implement the 13th Amendment in full and build upon it so as to achieve meaningful devolution, including the full implementation of Tamil as an official language. His comments came as the Sri Lankan President has said that certain areas of the 13th Amendment of the Constitution cannot be implemented and called for politicians to look at alternative solutions. The 13th Amendment was brought up as part of the Indo-Sri Lanka Accord in 1987, and provincial councils were set up as part of devolution of powers to meet the aspirations of Tamil minorities. The Iranian parliament today approved a triple urgency bill, which designates the US Army and the Pentagon as a terrorist entity. The bill further requires the government to allocate 200 million euros to the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps IRGC Quds Force to take revenge for the US killing of its top general Qasem Soleimani. IRGC's Quds Force commander General Soleimani, Iraq's Popular Forces commander Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, as well as 8 other military men were killed in an airstrike by US forces in Baghdad. Meanwhile, dozens of mourners are feared killed after a stampede at the burial procession of top Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani in his hometown in Kerman, where thousands had gathered to pay their last respects. According to Iran's state television, 35 people have reportedly died, while 48 others were injured. In a related development, the US government today warned ships across West Asia waterways, crucial to global energy supplies, that there's a possibility of Iranian action against US maritime interests in the region. On to sports news now. Sri Lanka have set a victory target of 143 runs for India in the second T20 international cricket match now underway at Indore. In reply, the men in blue were 49 for nil in 5 overs when reports last came in. Earlier put into bat, Sri Lanka scored 142 for 9 in the stipulated 20 overs. The first T20 match of the 3-match series at Guwahati was called off without a ball being bowled due to a wet outfield caused by a spell of heavy rain in Guwahati on the 5th of this month. In badminton, Indian shuttlers got off to a poor start at the Malaysia Masters at Kuala Lumpur today. Lakshya Sen failed to qualify for the main draw. Lakshaya's compatriot, Shubhankar Dey, also failed to make the men's singles main draw. The biggest upset of the day for India was the ouster of the world number 12 men's doubles duo of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Delhi court issues death warrants for hanging of 4 convicts in Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case on 22nd of January in Tihar jail. Home Minister Amit Shah says Narendra Modi-led government provided transparent and corruption-free governance in last 6 years. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman asserts Centre has taken several steps for traders and is working to further simplify the goods and services tax. Jawaharlal Nehru University Vice Chancellor urges students to return to the campus, terms the violence at the premises as unfortunate. And in cricket, Sri Lanka set a target of 143 runs for India in the second T20 International at Indore. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.